There is a demon living inside you. Not the devil we see in cartoons, but something far more insidious, something entirely human and chillingly familiar. It's the sheer fury you feed, that white-hot rage that burns in your gut when you feel slighted. It's the pressure building in your chest the moment life refuses to bend to your will. This is the piece of you that constantly erupts, that shatters connections, that makes you utterly weak, and you keep feeding it. But imagine for a moment you could completely obliterate it. Bury it alive. Walk straight through a firestorm with unblinking, calm eyes while the rest of the world is screaming. Miyamoto Musashi, arguably the most formidable man ever to draw breath in Japan, did exactly this. He wasn't just a swordsman. He was a walking instrument of war, sheathed in pure silence. He stood in over 60 duels where the loser died, and he never once tasted defeat. This happened not because he was the quickest, or even the most physically powerful, but because he was entirely devoid of emotion when he fought. This isn't just an old tale. This is the true account of how one man completely vanquished anger and forged his own legend. And now, you will master his method. Let's be brutally honest. Anger is a puppet string, and you are the toy. It almost never makes you mighty. It makes you entirely owned. Every time you snap, every time you unleash an explosion, every time someone intentionally pushes your buttons and you immediately jump, you're exposing your hand. You are literally telling the world the precise manual for controlling you. Musashi realized this early. He knew anger wasn't a resource. It was a shackle, a tight leash, a predictable, exploitable reflex that made men simple to manipulate. The Emperor Marcus Aurelius stated, "When you are disturbed by external things, it is not they that trouble you, but your own judgment of them." Read that sentence again. If a person can successfully make you furious, they can make you do absolutely anything. You are not commanding the moment. You are merely a puppet, and your emotions are the strings. Musashi didn't just understand this, he cut those strings. He systematically trained himself to become impervious to provocation. He would stride into combat with the exact same stillness you would expect from a meditating monk. No matter the insult thrown his way, no matter how savage the fighting, he was always watching, always stone cold. Not because he lacked human feeling, but because he flatly refused to be commanded by it. True strength isn't measured by how hard you can strike. It is measured by how utterly impossible you are to provoke. That is what made Musashi so terrifying. Not his legendary blade, not his imposing stature, not even his superhuman speed, it was his void, his sheer unpredictability. A man without emotional triggers is a man you cannot manipulate, threaten, or shatter. That is what real power looks like. There is a defining story, one that few know. When Musashi was still a young man, barely out of his teenage years, he challenged a legendary master, Arima Kihei. Arima was polished, confident, and expected a formal sword fight. Musashi arrived late, totally unkempt, carrying only a wooden stick. Arima openly mocked him. He laughed, he taunted, he insulted the young man's honor. Most men would have instantly cracked, reacted with a punch, or dissolved in emotional rage. Musashi simply watched, still, quiet, calculating. Then, he struck, hard, blindingly fast, and executed his opponent on the spot. No fury, no screaming theatrics, just a brutal, cold execution. Musashi didn't engage with emotion. He engaged with absolute awareness. He fought like death itself. Anger is an illusion of strength. Genuine power is exclusively found in self-control. Musashi was not merely swinging steel. He was deeply studying the human mind. After controlling his own anger, he wrote, "Do nothing which is of no use. Anger, unless wielded with surgical precision, is almost always useless. You believe it helps you win a debate. It simply signals your weakness. You think it empowers you in a conflict. It only makes your enemy smile. They know they have already won. The mind must be treated like a blade. When you let it rust with emotion, it goes dull. But when you keep it completely still, razor sharp and silent, it will slice through anything. Now, let's make this uncomfortably personal. Why exactly do you get angry? An insult lands. Life feels intensely unfair. Someone rudely cuts you off in traffic. Here is the unvarnished truth. You get angry because you think you are entitled to control things you were never meant to control. You believe the world somehow owes you respect. You think other people must behave precisely as you wish. You think life is mandated to be fair. Musashi would tell you this is attachment, and attachment is the very origin of suffering. Musashi trained himself to expect absolutely nothing from the outside world. He traveled alone. He often slept on the bare dirt. He trained not only his body, but his very soul to be unreachable. No comfort, no luxury, no fragile illusion of control. And because of that, no one could make him angry. You will not defeat anger by screaming into a pillow or doing 100 push-ups. You defeat it by training your mind like that blade. Musashi practiced voluntary hardship. He slept rough, ate sparingly, and avoided fame and wealth. He believed comfort made the mind soft, and a soft mind is instantly triggered. Try this for yourself. Pick a single comfort and terminate it. Cold showers, zero sugar, no mindless social media scrolling. Whatever makes you squirm, kill it. Get addicted to discomfort. You will quickly realize most of your fury was just entitlement wearing a clever disguise. The ultimate weapon is no reaction. Musashi would stand silent for hours, sometimes days, even during practice. He systematically trained himself to simply observe without moving a muscle. The next time someone levels an insult at you, pause. Do not reply. Do not defend. Simply watch them. The power dynamic shifts immediately. You will feel it. He also performed meditation on death every morning. Why? Because a man who is not afraid to die cannot be rattled by anything lesser. Musashi wrote, "Think lightly of yourself and deeply of the world. Anger evaporates the moment death becomes your companion." What is a traffic jam or a rude comment compared to the void? At its absolute core, anger is the ego wearing a mask. You aren't getting mad because the world is cruel. You are getting angry because your carefully constructed image is under attack. You lose control when your pride is bruised. Someone dares to challenge your self-perceived worth. You feel dismissed or disrespected. But here is the profound truth Musashi understood. Ego is nothing more than weakness disguised as importance, and the more you feed it, the more fragile you become. Musashi's solution was simple. Kill the ego. Burn it, starve it, leave only its bones behind. He didn't care if people admired him. He didn't care if his name echoed through history. He didn't cling to praise, validation, or status. He didn't wear fine robes. He didn't chase approval. He didn't smile for the crowd because he knew this. The more you crave recognition, the easier you are to control. The more you attach your identity to how others perceive you, the more power they have to completely break you. Musashi walked like a shadow through the world. Detached, free, silent. He lived like a ghost because he understood one key concept. A man with nothing to prove is a man absolutely no one can provoke. When you successfully kill the ego, insults become nothing more than noise. Criticism becomes mere information. Rejection becomes instantly irrelevant. And anger? It simply dies because there is nothing left inside to defend. You want to become untouchable. Don't build thicker armor. Burn the ego that needs protecting, because the warrior with no pride left to wound is the one you should fear the most. Let's end with this final image. Musashi's most legendary duel against Sasaki Kojiro. Kojiro was a national celebrity, a master of the blade, fast, deadly, and supremely elegant. Musashi arrived hours late, not because he was lazy, but because he deliberately wanted Kojiro angry, frustrated, and critically unbalanced. Kojiro was absolutely boiling with rage. Musashi calmly stepped off his boat, a figure as still as a stone, holding only a wooden sword he had carved from a ship's oar. Kojiro lunged, blinded by fury. Musashi was still, calculating. One single blow. Kojiro dropped dead. That is what anger earns you. This is not about dressing up as a samurai. It is about embracing their core philosophy. Emptiness, detachment, precision, and silence. If you genuinely want to stop being angry, stop reacting, start watching, stop expecting, start detaching, stop screaming, start sharpening, and always remember, the quieter you are, the deadlier you become. The way of the warrior is resolute acceptance of death. That's another quote from Musashi. When you no longer fear discomfort, when you stop needing others to act as you demand, when you can look death in the face and laugh, there is no anger left, only stillness, only power,